Surround yourself around successful people at all times. At all times. Do not surround yourself around people who are not going to benefit your mind. Always surround yourself with people that have knowledge, more knowledge than you, that are better than you. Put ego aside and work with people that are better than you. Not just the same as you, better. Because that's what's going to make you better. You know what I mean? So, and every time you get to that level, take them on to meet someone who's better than y'all.
1, 2, yeah. Come on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, sir, you are tuned in. This is for the SB1200, ASR 10s and NPC heroes. This is for the crate digging, loop getting, sound manipulators, the Fruity Loop reasoning machine innovators that pump the bass and frequently freak the kick in a stand till it slaps in your speakers. The sound providers that make sure the song is tight. Shout out to the producers, beats grinding live. Shout out to the producers, beats grinding live.
Welcome to the Beats Grinding Life podcast with your host Siren, a weekly interview podcast with inspiring music producers, where every week you will learn from a different music producer how to potentially take your music career to the next level.
Today's episode of Beats Grinding Life is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audio download and 30-day free trial at beatsbooks.com. Over 180,000 titles to choose from on your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Some recommended readings by past Beats Grinding Life guests like 48 Laws of Power, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, The Secret, Tools of Titans, and The Song Machine are all available with Audible. Once again, go to beatsbooks.com to get your free book. What's up, Beat Grinders? This is another episode of Beats Grinding Life. I'm your host, Siren Beats, and with us today we have Beya Dabisso. Beya Dabisso is a music producer and artist originally from Paris, France. He is now based out of West Palm Beach, Florida. The South Florida producer has been establishing a name for himself with his imprint, Mentally Rich Creators. Right now you can check out his latest single, Say Why, featuring Jeremie Odjo. And his production credits include King Los and Malc Stewy. Yo, what up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. You know, alive and blessed and, happy.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. It's great to be blessed and happy, man. So, all right, man. Well, hey, I just read a brief intro on you, man. Why don't you fill in the blanks and just expand on that just a little bit and let the Beat Grinders know a little bit more about who you are?
Yeah, man, so it's your boy Beya. I'm out here, born and raised in France, migrated to the States in 96, pretty much resided at Florida in 2004, and I've been here for a while in West Palm Beach, just producing, doing a little bit of songwriting, and I've just been continuing my journey since. So it's just been a blessing and a beautiful journey so far.
Dope, man. That's what's up, man. Well, being from France is definitely something to be proud of these days. Definitely something to celebrate about. I know that you guys just won the World Cup, and so
sure did. Yes,
that's what's up, man. So all right, man. Well, you said you were in Paris until 96, or in France at least until 96. How
96? Yeah, I actually went back. I was 10 years old, but I actually went back and did my high school. I actually did high school in France. I went back 2000 and came back to United States 2004. So I did my high school years. I did senior year high school here, but I ended up being a freshman all the way up to sophomore and graduated high school there, because high school there is only 3 years.
Okay.
So I actually graduated high school there and came over here to do my senior year for the 4th year.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Got 2 graduations, so that's what's up, man. Well, it sounds like you got the best of both worlds there.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I mean, since we're going back, man, and talking about your history a little bit, man, we're going to go back even further, man. Maybe. I want to know, man, what made you get into music? What made you want to start music production, songwriting, and being an artist?
First things first, and when I used to play, you know, my mom put me in piano classes when I was young, so that was the first thing that kind of like started up everything. And then I played in a band when I was in France. With my cousins. It was like a small little family band. So from there, you know, music just kind of stuck. And production-wise, as far as like actually starting production, it was one of my homeboys from college, Jimmy New. So shout out to Jimmy, where I saw how he actually maneuvered the DAW and you know, arranged and you know, did basic mixing. I was only doing beats at first, you know, so
right.
From there, once I saw how to build an actual record, you know, from intro to verse, pre-chorus, chorus, I just kind of loved that process, and it kind of like matched up with my musical, you know, knowledge.
Dope. Okay, man. Well, let's go back, man. You talked about a family band, man. What was this family band like? I mean, it sounds like you were, you know, you played the keys in the band, but I mean, like, how many people were in it? And was this a band where you guys played gigs, or I mean, did you guys record records, or how?
Yeah, we recorded records. It was the group name was called T Strong.
Okay.
T Strong. It was a Haitian group. My mother's from Haiti. My dad's from Africa. That's where Beya comes from. Beya was from Ivory Coast. My dad is from Ivory Coast. My mom's from Haiti, and they both met each other in Paris, and that's how I came along. But my mom's brother in Paris, with my cousins, you know, they all played instruments as well: saxophone, drums, and guitar. And my played the bass, and he needed a guy on the keys, lead synth, and I ended up being the lead synth guy on the band. It was a Haitian band. I never listened to Haitian music at the time, and he was like, man, you need to listen to some of this music. This is real music right here. So I listened to it. He gave me a few albums to just study, and then I ended up studying a few albums, caught some passion from it, and I ended up just catching on pretty well, and they just got me in the band, and I played for like a good year. That's
what's up, man. How old were you at this time?
That was when I went back. So I was in high school. That was high school time. So I was like 15, 16.
Okay.
Freshman year of high school.
Dope, man. Well, that's what's up, man. It got your feet wet a little bit, you know, and that's what's up, man. Okay. Well, T Strong. Well, you know, I'm definitely I'm gonna do my due diligence, and I'm gonna search for T Strong all over the internet. Beat grinders, you guys do the same thing. I don't know if we'll find anything, and we might embarrass you a little bit, but
you should actually you should. It's been years, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's not there. I'm pretty sure it's on there somewhere.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Well, you know, you talked about your friend in college. You know, you seeing him maneuver on the DAW. What DAW was that, and what piece of equipment did you get started with, or what piece of software got you started in production?
The MV8000 was my first piece of equipment that I purchased. I actually had a Roland, but it wasn't really my first piece. My uncle handed me down this Roland beat pad. I forget what it was called, but it was like a small little beat machine, and I didn't really get to use it as much. But my real first purchase was a Roland MV8000.
Nice.
That was back in 2000, and I'm gonna say 2008, 2009.
Okay.
And bought it at Guitar Center for like $800, and that right there is what started it all. When I met Jimmy in school, you know, everybody kept saying Jimmy makes beats or whatnot, and he invited me over one night, and I expected to see a guy on the beat machine, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because hearing somebody's making beats, you know, I'm thinking, okay, he's on the MV or he's on the MPC or something, but he was actually on Logic.
Okay.
He just had a MIDI keyboard and Logic with some KRKs, I believe. It was KRK, it was his KRKs, and the way he was just, the records he was playing was just wow. It was just they were big, they were filled, they were arranged. You know, they sounded like full songs. It wasn't like a loop. You know what I mean? They had different sections. You know, so that's when I just fell in love, and I just had to learn. At that instant, I was like, man, I gotta learn how to do it. That's what I want to do. You know, so
right. That
thing started.
That's what's up, man. I mean, you know, that's the great thing about being around other people is, you know, other people inspire. And, you know, when you're by yourself making beats, banging out whatever, you know, you think that you're doing, you know, a pretty good job, a pretty great job until you get around other people that are on a different level. And it definitely lets you know you got to level up a little bit. So that's a great thing about being around other people. So, you know, coming up when you were making beats, man, who were some of the people that inspired you? You already mentioned, you know, your partner Jimmy, you know, definitely was an inspiration to you. But who were some of the other people as far as production that inspired you?
Timbaland. I listened to a lot of Timbaland records when I was in middle school. So middle school, I was listening to music. I was listening to music in elementary, like 5th grade and stuff like that. But middle school was when, you know, everything caught on. And I was a kid from France, so when I came in 5th grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, everything was okay. But when I started hearing the music evolving, Timbaland was just killing it with Aaliyah, right? You know, Genuine, Missy. So I was listening to a lot of that, and then Pharrell later on, and a lot of Jermaine Dupri as well. Nice, damn. Dupri. Yeah, with the Mariah Carey's, what he was doing with the Brat and Usher, I'm sure albums like crazy. So those 3 producers were like my main guys: Jermaine, Timbaland, and Pharrell. Nice. That's what's up, man. I mean, you know, Pharrell and Timbaland are always mentioned on here for that question, but you know, Jermaine Dupri rarely mentioned. And so, you know, what he did with So Def is just amazing. And I feel like he doesn't get his props like he should, man. He really does. That's funny because he really doesn't. It's crazy. Yeah, man. And he's definitely up there as one of the top producers in our time. You know, businessmen as well, you know. So, well, that's what's up, man. Well, damn, well, you know, you guys definitely got to go check out Beya because, I mean, you hear some of his influences and, you know, you can definitely hear some of that in his music. Is there any French artists or French producers that may have inspired you as well? Producers, not so. You know, back then, you know, French music was cool. You know, I liked a few French songs and all of that, but I wasn't as inspired as I was with hip hop and R&B. You know what I mean? I listened to French music. It was more so, I was listening to more so like rock French music and more like, it's not even called that at the time. It wasn't even called rock. It was more like an alternative vibe, you know, like Serge Gainsbourg. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but he's like a legend. So I listened to a lot of that. My mom listened to a lot of Edith Piaf. You know, so a lot of classics, you know what I mean, old school classics, but not really producers. Okay. Yeah. All right, man. Well, you know, here on Beats Grinding Life, man, we got to drag you through the mud just a little bit, man. I like to make the producers that come on this show just shed a little tear, man. I like for you guys to tuck your tail, and when I say that, man, I mean because I want you to share with us a major setback or failure that you've had, man. I know that failures aren't easy; they're not easy to talk about, but you know that's how we grow and that's how we learn as people and as musicians. So if you can tell us a failure or setback that you've had that you've been able to bounce back from, so maybe we, the beat grinders, can learn from your experience, man, that'd be great. Oh, man. I had a few of those. This is like, I'm sure. There's a few of those, man. A lot of ups and downs in this game. Yep. But you know, man, I mean, I still remember this one time. I mean, I had, you know, I'm married young, you know what I mean, and I had a lot of responsibilities under my hand. I got a kid, so when I had a studio, I invested a lot of my money and a lot of, you know, stuff into my studio, and I had car situations, and I needed to get my own car, you know what I mean, and the time was tough at the time, and There was no other way of me getting the extra funds I needed in order to get a car to make more. You know what I mean? And move and search for more. So I sold my stuff, man.
Ooh.
So I was in the game for a little bit, man, and it hurt. I sold my MV 8000.
You know, and you just straight up sold it or pawned it, or?
I pawned it.
Right.
I actually pawned it. That's a great question. I actually pawned the MV 8000
with intentions to get it back, right?
Yeah, with the intentions to get it back, which I didn't. I didn't. I was upgrading at that point, but yeah, man, I sold it, and I was out of the game for a little bit. It kind of hurt me, you know what I mean? Because I didn't really want to do that, but I had to. I had responsibilities, you know, as a man, as a father, as a husband. So, you know, I just had to make that sacrifice, and it was like, you know what? It's not the end. Let me I grind again, you know what I mean? And save my money and get it even bigger next time. And that's exactly what happened. You know, I ended up grinding and little by little built up, and now I have my own little home studio, which is, you know, nice and blessed. I'm blessed to have. So
nice.
Yeah, it was a nice little setback that I will always remember, but it was a blessing that it happened.
Yeah, man. Well, that's what's up, man. I mean, it set you back a little bit, but it looks like you were able to keep moving forward. You know, yeah, that's tough, man. I mean, you know, this music thing, you know, it doesn't go beyond life. You know, I mean, you still got to live life before the music. You know, and so, like you said, we all got responsibilities, and you know, we all want to put this music thing in front of everything else, but you know, there's just times where we can't, you know. And so thank you for sharing that story, man, because you know, we're all human beings and we all go through moments like this, and so you sharing this story will definitely probably help someone get through their tough times, man. So appreciate that one, man. That's huge right there, man. So I'm just glad that you were able to bounce back from that, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Sounds like a hard pill to swallow, man. Where
man, it's tough, man. It's really tough. And it happens a lot, man. There's times where, you know, I used to now that I'm more mature, you know, I just see it like at the end of the day, I got a gift. You know, God gave me a gift, and it's a talent that no one could take away. Not one piece of equipment could take away.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I gotta do what I gotta do and sell what I gotta sell, that doesn't mean I lose my gift. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Have other outlets, especially nowadays. There's a lot more outlets now. You know, if to anyone out there who's got to go through it, don't stress it. You know what I mean? Just do what you got to do. Just know that you still got the talent, and you just find different outlets to keep it moving.
Dope, man. Was there an outlet that you could depend on while your equipment was gone? Were there people that, you know, you could go to their studio and work, or?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. You know, I was hanging out with Jimmy a lot more.
Nice.
I ended up in this place. He didn't live too far from me, so I would go to Jimmy's when he had sessions, and you know, they had a nice little production team. They ended up getting signed as a production team by BG, Sony at the time.
Dope.
So, you know, they were doing pretty well, and I got to hang around them and see how they work and learn. So I took that opportunity to just learn, just absorb information, absorb, you know, advice. And once I started building myself, I used all that information and put it into my craft. So that was definitely helpful.
Dope, man. That's awesome right there, man. It almost sounds like a blessing in disguise, you know. I mean, you know, you weren't able to do music at your leisure, but you were still able to learn about music, you know. So that's what's up, man. Okay. That, you know, taking a negative and turning it into a positive. That's correct. It's always great to hear, man. All right, man. Well, let's go on the other side of that. I want to know, man, what is your greatest achievement that you've had thus far? What would you consider your crowning moment in your career?
So far, I would say that working with DNA-AO. DNA-AO is Don and Andre, Artist Ontogeny. They're a production team that took me in years ago, and we became a team, and we accomplished. We ended up getting some good contacts in LA, and
nice.
We had one goal to do, and the one goal was to do a full catalog of 20 songs. And I have never, at the time, I didn't really, create 20 songs, full records. So it was like a goal for me. It was like, man, if I do this, then it'd be a great accomplishment. And sure enough, we did it. We went to LA. We got a couple of opportunities, and later on, we ended up landing on King Los. After submitting multiple songs and ideas, beats, you were able to land on Christmas Day.
Nice.
I think it was Day or Christmas Eve, around that time, and I think that was one of the greatest accomplishments. I was never going through those type of journeys, and that was like the first journey ever that we went through all together as well, because there was a first one as well. So us booking our tickets to go to LA, and the Airbnb with like just one bed and us just sleeping on the floor. The experience, it was a great accomplishment. It was just great coming back. It felt great, and it definitely boosted the confidence. You know what I mean? It motivated us. So that was an accomplishment. That catalog changed everything.
Dope, man. That's awesome, man. That's a great story right there, man. Congrats on that. Just once again, man, you surrounding yourself with, great people, forced you to level up, forced you to push beyond your boundaries. You said that you never made 20 songs like that. You made a goal, you got with other people, made that goal, and boom, next thing you know, you got 20 songs and a placement, so
right.
That's what's up, man. And a great experience out of it. And Beat Grinders, I hope you guys are taking notes. This is a theme going on here, surrounding yourself with other people.
Right.
All right, man. Well, here on Beats Grinding Life, man, we're striving for greatness. We want to get on your level, man. You sound like you're doing great things right now. And so, they say, if you want to be great, then you have to mimic great people, do what they do. So we want to know, what do you do in a typical day, so that way we can structure our day kind of like yours?
Well, first thing I do is I live life, man. I just get up, go to work. Everybody's life is a little different.
Right.
A lot of producers out there, some are single, some are married, so their lifestyle are kind of different. My lifestyle is a little different. I'm married, I got a child, so I just do the normal day to day. I kept my job. I'm a full time. I've had sacrifices where I've quit my job, but later on, I figured responsibilities are to be focused on. So
right.
I work a full-time job. I go to work, just focus on that, trying to keep my mind on that and not stress it, knowing that really what I want to do for the rest of my life. But I keep that negative thought out of my mind and just focus on that. Get the bag and feed my son, come home, and when I hang out with the lady, man, after hours is really where everything starts. Music starts after hours.
Nice.
For dinner, I just get in the studio, organize my stuff. During the weekdays, I usually just try to learn more things. I use my weekdays for more learning process. So I either YouTube how to do something new, YouTube how to mix, compressors and parallel compression and
nice.
Automation. So I just browse and try to learn new things on the weekdays, or contact new contacts. I like to build relationships. So I just just getting on my Instagram and trying to see who I'm gonna work with for the weekend and blah blah blah. Set my weekend up. Dope. And then the weekend is where the hard work just kicks in. Starting Friday night, I'm in cooking up either with collab, either with an artist, and until Sunday, it's this weekend is just the time, to just grind hard. So if you're single and you got the time and you're not working, or you're working a part-time, you got more time for yourself, just keep pushing and stay consistent and do that. But if you're in a situation where you have a lot more responsibilities, it's definitely best to organize your days and have like a set schedule, because it could get real hectic, it could get real stressful. Your mind starts shifting to a negative cloud, and and you start making bad decisions, like either quitting your job or either just quitting music because you feeling like you're not doing good enough and stuff like that. So you definitely want to stay away from that and just set a nice little schedule for yourself, and it'll work smooth. It'll work smooth, man. If you do that, it'll work smooth, and you don't have to just force yourself into anything.
Nice.
Just a nice little schedule.
Mm-hmm.
It worked really smooth. So
nice. Yeah, it's like everything's automated. You know, I mean, like, you know, you're, what I heard is, you're only as good as your systems. So once you put a good system in place, then you can run smoothly, but if you have a bad system in place, kind of like not a system at all, then you're going to get off track and not do what you need to do. So that's what's up, man. It sounds like by the time you get off of work, by the time you do that family time, it's just not enough time to get in that creative zone, but there's enough time to get some stuff accomplished. And so you use that time to educate yourself and build with other artists. And then when you do have that time to get creative, you zone in, lock in, man. That's what's up. I'm loving that, man. And just seeing you using the best of your time, is great to hear, man. So thank you for sharing that, man. Much appreciated.
Wow.
All right, man. Well, this next portion of the interview we like to call In the Studio. We're not there in West Palm Beach, Florida with you, man, to get in the studio and work with you, even though we would love to. I'm all the way over here in Portland, Oregon, as far as I can on the other side of the country. But the next best thing, man, is this portion of the interview where we get to find out what you do in the studio, how you do it, and what you do it with. So you ready?
Yep.
All right, man. What do you do before you start crafting beats, man? Is there a set ritual or anything? Do you like to turn down the lights, turn up the lights, smoke a little something, drink a little somewhat? What do you do when you first start making beats?
I actually put on a movie, man.
Nice.
Put on a movie. Yeah, I put on a movie. Usually, I like my retro films. I like classics. So you see that a movie, I just sit down. I take a shower. You know what I mean? Like I just do the normal things, just trying to clear my mind from the day. That's really what it is, clear my mind from what has been cluttering it all day, because you spend the whole day and then all that information just stays in your mind. So once you get home, just clear it all up, take a nice shower, get a nice little meal. I have some sage, so I'll probably sage a little. I haven't saged in a few weeks actually, but I need to sage again. But I'm a sage and just sit down and just turn on my keys, man, and just start vibing. Just vibing the keys and just trying to catch the feel while I'm watching the movie. That's
what's up, man. So is the volume on the movie on mute, or is it down a little bit, or?
It's on mute. I'm just using the visuals of the film to just bring something out, sonically out of me versus hearing it from there. You know what I mean? So just the vision, the visuals of the film, the colors, the tone, the scenes, the transitions, and that sometimes will bring out, whatever comes out of me and sonically create something really dope.
That's what's up, man. Okay. All right, man. Well, what's a not so secret weapon that you have in the studio?
Oh, man. Not so. What is it? Not so
secret weapon.
Not so secret weapon. I like that. Oh, man, not so secret. Oh, man, a book. You know what? This book, man, The Bedroom Super Producer.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah, I got that not too long ago, man. Shout out to AG, Cooler Than AC. He's the one who put me onto this book. And very, 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 very good book. So I read it. It's like a producer Bible for anyone who's listening, man. I'm telling you, you get this book, it really breaks down the secret oath to join an elite order of composers. Quit your 9-to-5 and earn 6 figures.
That's what's up, man. I've seen that book on Amazon and I haven't got it yet, but I think you may have nudged me into ordering that today. So. Oh
yeah, definitely. I highly suggest. I mean, it could get you in all. The book will inspire you in many ways. So it has so many outlets and so many ideas and so many, advices that it will inspire you in some type of way, and you're gonna end up just taking one lane. You know what I mean? And it's definitely it's a good book. It definitely opened my mind a little bit more. So I definitely.
That's what's up, man. All right, man. Well, what all do you have in your studio currently? What's all in your arsenal? What's all in your toolbox?
Right now I got Yamahas, the 8s, I got my laptop. I got Apollo Twin, which is dope.
Mm-hmm.
The MK2. I have the NTK Rode microphone.
Nice.
MIDI keyboard. And then I have a preamp. It's a PreSonus preamp for the mic with EQ and compressor on it.
Dope.
For vocals. And I got a lot of external hard drives.
Okay. Do you got are you a Mac guy or a Windows guy?
I'm a Mac guy, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mac all the way. So, yeah, I have a laptop. I also got the Mac Tower. So the Mac Tower works. I use it more for my running vocals. The Mac Tower. The laptop is just my mobile on the go.
Right.
But recording vocals, tracking vocals, I use the Tower because it has a lot more power, less lag, and all of that. So
right. Okay.
It's good.
That's what's up. Well, sounds like you got a lot to work with in there. Not too much to where you can be overwhelmed or anything, but sounds like you got a good mix right there. So,
right, yeah.
All right. Well, Beat Grinders, if Beyu mentioned anything that perked you guys' interest, I will definitely have a link for all the stuff that he mentioned in his show notes on beatsgrindinglife.com. So. All right, man. Well, this next portion I like to call In the Mix. We're just going to speed things up a little bit, kind of like rapid fire. So I'm going to ask you some questions. You just spit them back to me pretty quickly. But if you need to take your time to elaborate on a question, man, on an answer, feel free, man.
All right.
You prefer making beats with samples or without?
Without.
Okay. What's your opinion on selling and leasing beats online?
Love and hate relationship.
Yeah, that's a good answer. All right. Plug-in that you think everyone should have in their arsenal.
Omnisphere.
Nice.
That's a VST. So a plug-in.
Same thing. No, I mean, plug-in VST. My bad.
Yeah. So Omnisphere, definitely.
Okay. You may have answered this already, but a book that you think every producer should read.
Oh yeah, The Bedroom Super Producer.
Okay, all right. Plug in here, man. But Beat Grinders, Beyu just mentioned, a fabulous book that that you guys definitely should read. I should read it too. I know that you guys don't have time to bury your faces in a book, but with Audible.com, you can definitely listen to audio books while you're doing whatever, running your errands. Or now you can go to beatbooks.com and get a free book when you sign up. So you guys definitely go do that. Beatsbooks.com. Go claim your free book. All right, man. Is there an internet resource that you use that you think every producer could benefit from? And when I say internet resource, I mean like a mobile app or a website.
Website Splice.
Nice. Definitely.
I definitely recommend Splice. I use it like I call it a trash bin. Like in my opinion, it's like a recycle bin. That's really what I meant.
Right.
You're in you have your main sounds or whatnot, but you got so many sounds that you're having a hard time to catch a vibe and finding that one sound that you're really looking for. Man, you looking for that one nice smooth kick. You type it in, man. Splice just got it instantly. Yeah. Like it kills time, in my opinion.
Right.
So it's like I just jump into the bin and just grab it from Splice and just throw it in my project, and then you just save it. And it's really cheap on a monthly basis. You know what I mean? So it's dope for like my drums. Me personally, really for my drums. Like I kind of like trying to like go through different types of drums. So drums, I will use Splice all day.
Dope. Okay. All right. You guys, Beat Grinders, you guys definitely take advantage of Splice if you haven't already. Please do that. Like Beyu said, it's pretty cheap. I think it's only $10 a month, and you get 100 downloads a month. So
yeah, it's pretty cheap. It's very cheap.
Okay. All right, man. Well, here on Beats Grinding Life, we're all striving for placements, man. I mean, we all, want to have our names, linked with artists rapping over or singing over our music, man. Can you describe what was your first placement and how that felt getting it?
It felt good. It definitely felt great. Especially King Los. You know what I mean? It wasn't a major placement. It's not. You know what I mean? So, it was just King Los. The fact that we landed with King Los, it was just like, okay, he's pretty well known, especially on the West Side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's getting bigger now. He's a dope MC. So it felt good. But we still had major goals. Our goal was really to land with Tiana Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't happen. You know what I mean? And but King Los heard some beats, and one of them was ours. So it felt good.
I bet.
The placement journey, it gets real difficult. But yeah, man, that when that happened, it definitely felt great.
Nice. I bet, man. I can only imagine, and I can't wait until I have that feeling, man. So
Right.
that's what's up, man. Okay. Well, what song did you produce that is your favorite?
Oh man, that's a good question. I'm gonna say, unreleased or released?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Nope. I mean, just favorite to you.
Favorite to me so far, I have to say, Bianca Jade's "In Time." Oh, no. Inside.
Has that been released?
Nah, it's not released.
Okay. Inside. Well,
Bianca Jade music.
Bianca Jade. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll definitely be on the lookout for that, man. I mean, if it's your favorite, then it must be good. I mean, I've heard some of your work. Some of your singles that you released. So if it's smashing that, man, I mean, I definitely got to be on the lookout.
Oh yeah, it's definitely beautiful. It's soulful. It's very soulful. And she's very talented. So definitely Bianca Jade music on Instagram.
Nice.
She's talented, yeah.
Man, well, you guys definitely go follow her, and so that you can keep a lookout for that song. So, and I'll definitely do the same. All right, man. Well, what's the album besides one of your own that you recommend every producer listen to, and why?
Ooh, man, I hit me with some really good questions. Oh man, a good album, man. Okay, the last album I heard. Full album, because people don't really listen to full albums anymore.
Right. Yep.
They used to. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of them. The last album I heard fully, I heard Kanye's Fully. I'm not gonna say Drake.
And it doesn't even have to be new.
I'm gonna say Kanye.
Okay, his last album.
Yeah, his last album. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Actually. I'm a huge fan of Kanye.
Right, I can tell. I see the picture in the back.
I'm a huge fan of Kanye, and I'm definitely I would say Kanye's album. Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. Well, you got it's Ye, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys definitely go check that out. I will have a link for that iTunes link on the website under Beya show notes. So you guys go check that out. Why do you think every producer should listen to it?
Because it's therapeutic. For me, I like the way I like where he was going with it. It was more of him. It was like therapy for him. It sounded like therapy for him.
Right.
Just really speaking on. It was almost like you was the therapist, the listener, and you sitting there, and he was in the room with you and really telling you how he felt. You know what I mean?
Right.
On himself. So I felt like it was very, very, very therapeutic, and it was a learning experience for me because when you idolize someone, you know what I mean, and usually you think that they're perfect,
right?
You know what I mean, and you think that they're like your superhero. They're like Clark Kent. Nothing can hurt you or whatever, you know. But it definitely, his journey has shown me that, everybody's human and everybody go through a lot of things, whether it's health, whether it's, mentally or, physically or with this. So that album definitely really told me, because I had questions about Ye before that album came out, with all his friends and stuff like that, but and I was fan of his music, but the album told me like, yo, listen, he's human,
right?
It's really, it's not like I can't judge him, you know what I mean? Like it's not my to judge him. People go through things. People make their mistakes. People, you know, have opinions. You know, so
yeah.
So that's why I love that album. It was more because of that. It was more because of that situation. And then the sounds, man. I mean, yay, man, fucking yay.
Right. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to check that out myself. You know, I tried to after the first song where you said he wanted to kill me. I don't know, man. It kind of threw me off a little bit.
It's there, like I said, it's very therapeutic. It's very deep. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like again, it was more of a. I see where he's coming from for himself.
Right.
You know, for himself. So it's like, yo, this is me, and this is who I am, and this is how I feel, and you feel a certain type of way, and however you feel is you, but this is how this is me. You know, whatever Donald Trump situations and all of that, you know, I keep that over there. You know what I mean? But sonically, you know, and where he's at mentally, it kind of brought a little bit of clarity for me, and it inspired me in a different way.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Well, you know, Kanye has never been shy to be candid, and it sounds like he definitely was in that album. And so, you guys go check it out. I'll do the same. I'll check it out myself. You know, I've been wanting to revisit it for a while here and just haven't. So, I'll definitely do that. All right, man. Well, what producers are on your Mount Rushmore, man? I want you to imagine that you have a blank slate and you got a pick in one hand and a hammer in the other, and you got to chisel in 4 producers' faces on Mount Rushmore. Who's all going up on there?
Kanye.
Okay.
Kanye, and then my other 3, I would say Kanye, Jermaine Dupri.
Nice.
Pharrell, and so it says Kanye, Pharrell, and Timberland.
Okay.
Those are like my top 4 of all time. And then you know you got the Dr. Dre's and stuff like that, but those are the 4 that inspired me the most throughout my whole life.
Nice. Okay, man. Well, I mean, you talked about the people that have influenced you, and 3 of those 4 names you mentioned earlier. You know, and I'd imagine that you accidentally left Kanye off. You know, it sounds like he was a big influence on you as well.
Well, he came afterwards. My early times with those 3, but afterwards, like 2004.
Yeah,
2000. Yeah, he came around later on in life, like 2004, 2005, and even then, his production was cool. You know what I mean? I didn't realize how his production was until Jesus Walks.
Right.
That's when, like, okay, this man's on the whole other level, because Jesus. It was like, whoa, this is not even hip hop anymore. Where are we going with this? You know what I mean? So, that's really where he caught my attention.
Yeah, he blew the doors off with that. You know, I mean, I don't think too many people took him, you know, too seriously, especially as an artist. I think he was taken seriously as a producer, but I think he reached a whole nother level at that point.
Right, exactly. Even his production level was just like,
right, yeah.
It was just wild. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's a great 4. You know, I don't think that can be, you know, disputed. You know, you got Pharrell, JD, Kanye, and Timberland. You know, ain't nobody messing with those 4 right there. So, that's a cold Mount Rushmore right there, man.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Well, I want you to imagine that you just came out of the perfect studio session. That in that perfect studio session, you have 1 artist, 1 producer, one co-producer to go along with yourself, 1 engineer, 1 random person. Dead or alive, who are these people going to be?
Oh, wow, you guys are killing me. Okay. You say 1 producer.
Yep.
1 engineer.
Yep. 1 artist.
Engineer. Okay, I'm going to start with the engineer, Dr. Dre.
Nice. Okay. I like that.
Yeah, Dr. Dre, definitely. And then 1 producer and a co-producer. That's tough.
Or the producer is a co-producer along with, you know, to go up with you.
Oh, okay, with me. Oh, so just 1. Ooh.
Yeah.
And that's you talking about like that inspired me, or dead or alive? Out of anyone.
Dead or alive, it's up to you, man. This is your perfect studio session.
Perfect studio session.
Yep.
Okay. So engineer Dr. Dre. Producer. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna say Kanye West. Say Pharrell. I would say Pharrell.
Okay.
I would say Pharrell instead. Pharrell, Dr. Dre, and then singer-songwriter.
Yep.
Artist.
Yeah, artist.
That man right here. Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean. Okay. Damn.
Ocean.
Damn.
Yeah. He's like, damn. Damn. Yeah, I would say Frank. His writing is amazing.
Yeah. He
Frank. And so Frank, Pharrell.
And then you got a random person, anybody in the world.
A random person. Anybody in the world. My mom.
Dope. I mean, I'm sure that would mean so much to her for her to witness that.
I hope my wife didn't hear that.
I honestly thought you were gonna say Kanye.
Nah, yeah. No, you know why I didn't say Kanye? Because when you said perfect session, I really, in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I pick Kanye in the studio, it's gonna be dope.
Right.
I don't want him ranting around in the studio while we working. Because he talk a lot. He looks like he talk a lot in the studio, bro. And I'm like, yo, I want this to be the real perfect session. Pharrell in the studio, like, he gets in, you know what I mean?
Right,
like he's really in. Kanye, I feel like will just be talking too much about shit that I don't really want to hear. Kanye, chill.
I never really thought of it like that, but you are absolutely right. I could definitely see Kanye talking everybody's ear off. It's like, man, we're paying for the session, man. Come on now, we got to get some work in.
And he would make it about himself. I feel like he would make it about himself. I feel like he would make it about himself.
Oh, you know,
I just feel like he would. He was like, yo, listen, but I had the best video of all time. Right in the studio.
That's what's up, man. Well, I mean, you got Dr. Dre on the boards, man, engineering it all. Pharrell, along with you making the beat and directing Frank Ocean. That's what's up. That does sound perfect. And then you got your mom to witness it because she probably wouldn't even believe it if you told her. So, so that's what's up, man. That does sound like a perfect session right there, man. I really do hope, and I know that you're grinding for, a moment like that, and I really do hope that something like that comes into fruition for you, man. So,
thank you.
Yeah, man, keep grinding, man. And, I'm sure maybe not that exact session, but I'm sure something like that will happen for you. So,
definitely.
All right, man. Well, I want you to imagine that you just woke up and, you woke up on a planet identical to Earth. And when you did wake up, you didn't have anything except for your knowledge and $1,000. So that means that you didn't have any of the contacts that you've established over the, past few years. You didn't have any of your gear or anything, just your knowledge that you've gained and $1,000. What are you going to do in the next week to restart your music career?
Ooh, with my knowledge and $1,000. And then the whole new planet. I would just invest that $1,000, man.
Nice. In what?
I probably would. Oh man, damn. I probably would just invest it in a small little beat machine.
Okay.
Damn, that's not a lot of money, bro.
No, it's not. That's not a lot of money.
Or I would invest it into someone. I would invest it into an artist.
Okay.
I would invest in an artist, and then just use my knowledge to help that artist grow. I probably would do that. I mean, I don't know. That's a hard question. That's a really tough. I'm trying to think of it. Like the 1,000 beat machine costs $500.
Right.
You know what I mean? The knowledge is everything. It's more than the thousands. It's a tricky question. It's a tricky question.
Yeah, that's probably the toughest question that I ask. But I love your answer, man. I mean, invested in another artist. If you really think about it, every great producer has an artist. So why not go that route? Every great producer has broken an artist, and so why not do the same? Especially if you're starting off fresh and new with the knowledge that you have. A lot of people say that they would go on Craigslist or they would go on eBay and try to cop some used equipment, but if you already have the knowledge, which means that you already have your piano skills, all it's going to take is for you to network with the right people to get access to a piano, and that firsthand because you were once here at this point where you had to pawn all of your equipment. So, So the reason why I asked this question is because there's some people, that are trying to get in the production game that have limited money, and just don't know the best way to do it. And so, this answer, hopefully can help people out. And there's also people that have had equipment malfunction on them or stolen, and they're just trying to figure out how to get back into the game as well, man. Or like yourself, had a pawned off, their equipment or whatever, So hopefully with your answer, you've helped some people out, man. So thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
That was a great answer, man. I've never heard that one before. I've heard lots. This is going to be the 96 show, I think, and I've never heard anybody say that. So that's what's up.
What, investing in the artist?
Yeah. That's a great answer, man.
Yeah, that would be wise. I think even now, like right now, the time that we're in, I think it's best for anyone to do so. You know what I mean? I think the placement is becoming saturated. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of fish in the water. You know what I mean? It's just cluttered. So I think you're just better off coming up with a new sound, a dope artist, head together and just build together and invest together. And that's it. Definitely.
Because doing it that way could definitely be the biggest placement of them all. Ask 40, ask Boy Wonder, them just being with an artist, sticking with an artist. Drake, is their biggest placement, so, definitely find somebody that you believe in, stick with them instead of running around chasing placements. So,
right.
All right, man. Well, I want to know when it's all said and done, man, when you got to wrap this music thing up, which you probably will never do because I'm sure you got a love for music, man. But when it's all said and done, man, what do you want your legacy to be and what does legacy mean to you?
Oh, man. It's all said and done, man. I just want to be able to leave it all for my child and my child to continue on. That's what legacy is to me. Legacy is not you. Legacy is what you leave behind and how far behind you can leave it. You know what I mean? I think, I have a family, I have a son, so I just want to be able to be in a certain platform and have my own stuff to the point where enough investments to where when I go, it could be handed over to my son and he could take over and place our name on it and then have his kids, maybe 1, 2, 3, and they could take over. And that's really where that's the real part of legacy is being able to do that. People do that. You have the Kardashians do that. People just overlook that. They just look at the surface. They look at the surface, just look at the glamour of it. But it's not about the glamour. It's the fact that, because none of it goes with you.
Right.
It's not the point. The point is they have all of that, but now their kids have it. And then their grandkids will have it. And then their great-grand, and then the name will move on. So for Beya Dabisso, the name Dabisso, to carry on for decades and decades and generations and generations, that's the goal. That's the goal, man.
Nice. That's awesome. That's what's up right there, man. Like you said, it's not all about the glitz and the glamour, and it's not all about the material stuff, because really it's not owned by you. It's going to be, all that stuff is going to be owned by somebody else when you leave this earth. So, it's all about leaving something, that your kids can be proud of and can carry with them, for the rest of their lives. So that's what's up, man. Okay, well, man, what's the greatest piece of advice that you've received coming up in this game? And what advice would you have for all the beat grinders listening today?
My best advice I've gotten is go against the wave.
Nice. I'm feeling that.
That's the advice I've gotten. It's hard to do, you know what I mean? Because, it's not easy to swim against the wave, but a lot of people tell me to go against the wave. That's like the advice I hear from a lot of producers that I look up to. And then the advice I would give would pretty much be the same. And another advice would be to do you. Like, don't let us producers, we love music. That's what we do. That's our passion. So we're willing to do it in any kind of way because we just love it. But at the end of the day, don't let either artists or, people in general manipulate your thought process into leading you on to do something that's not really going to benefit you.
Right.
So just focus on what you want to do, and everything you step into, look at what's going to benefit you first. Because if you don't, people will take advantage of that. You know what I mean? It's just got to make sure you look at everything if it's going to benefit you. If it ain't going to benefit you in any kind of way, I wouldn't really put any time on it. You know what I mean? But if it's going to benefit you, you know what I mean? It's a 50-50. It's a couple. It's like a marriage. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's 50-50. You know what I mean? If I'm going to get into something, it's to help you. But you gonna help me too. You know what I mean? It goes both ways. If you feel like it's not really there, then don't get led on to something that's not going to be real. So just always follow real. That's really what I want to say, because there's a lot of this is a shiesty game, people.
Right. That's so true, man.
Hey, it's a you gotta be careful. You know what I mean? So surround yourself around successful people at all times. At all times. Do not surround yourself around people who are not gonna benefit your mind. Always surround yourself with people that have knowledge, more knowledge than you, that are better than you. Put ego aside and work with people that are better than you. Not just the same as you, better. Because that's what's gonna make you better. You know what I mean? So, and every time you get to that level, take them on to meet someone who's better than y'all.
Right. Dope.
And then that's how you grow. So that's really the advice I would give producers out there. I try to give that advice to myself every day.
That's what's up, man. That's spitting some gems right there, man. And sounds like you definitely take your own advice. You know what I mean? Because if we learned anything from this interview, it's that you surround yourself with people that are on a different level than you, and you've leveled up because of it. So, beat grinders, I hope you guys are taking note here. I've definitely been taking note, me as somebody that likes to isolate themselves in the studio and bang out on my own. I'm definitely going to take that advice. So that's what's up, babe. You really appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
All right, man. Yeah, man. If you have any more words for the listeners, man, we've reached the end here. If you just want to let them know anything else about maybe words about your new single, or what they should be looking out for, how to contact you if you want to be contacted, man, that'd be great.
Yeah, well, I'm mostly active on Instagram, so they can follow me at Beya BEYA _DNA. You can follow me there. I got some new music coming. I'm working with a few artists now, but I'm actually working on my own little single that I'll be dropping soon. So for that, so just follow me on Instagram. I'm really active there. That's really where everything is at. That's where the party's at. So come through.
Cool. All right, y'all. Well, if you guys want to party, you definitely need to go follow this man and find out everything that he has going on. So, and go check the single out on iTunes as well. It's called Say What? Can you
Say Why? Say Why?
Say Why?
Jeremie Odjo. I also got Get to Know You. Get to Know You is a dope record featuring Kuya and Stilo. Go check that out on my Spotify.
Dope. Okay, that's what's up, man. I gotta ask you, man. There were no mentions of any kind of Caribbean music on here, but I noticed that your single, has a Caribbean vibe to it. Are there? I mean, where do you get that from?
Well, like I said earlier, my mom's from Haiti, so I get a little vibe from that. My wife's Puerto Rican.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So I actually grew up listening a little bit of salsa, but we started dating, years ago. I really got influenced and inspired by her how you call it, her culture.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So she's Latin, she's a Latina, so salsa music, you know what I mean, reggaeton, bachata. Nice. So I kind of have bundled up a whole bunch of Caribbean vibes, and my dad was from Africa, so you get a little bit of Afro music in there too. So
that's what's up.
It's a lot of island stuff, you know what I mean? Island stuff.
Nice, man. Well, I'll definitely, keep an eye out on you, because I love artists that are diverse and can do different things and like to, merge different genres and subgenres together, man. So that's what's up, man. Looking at it, I'm very excited to hear, what you got coming up. So.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you. And Beat Grinders, you guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Beats Grinding Life. Really, really appreciate it. If you guys found this podcast episode of any value, you guys, please share it. Shout to the person next to you. Let them know that they should be listening to Beats Grinding Life. If you can't do that, share it on Instagram, share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter. And also tag Beyu. Let him know what you guys thought of the show. Tag me, Siren. Let me know what you thought. And please don't forget to rate and review this podcast on iTunes. That's the best way to get the word out. You guys know how it goes down. You've been mentored this week by Beya, so you guys consider yourselves lucky for that. And keep making beats, keep on your grind, and live life. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Here at Beats Grinding Life, we want to thank you for listening to another episode. We want to know, what were your biggest takeaways from this interview? Just go to beatsgrindinglife.com and leave a comment on this episode's show notes page. Also, while you are there, go subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Just click the little button that says subscribe. If you could, please leave a rating and review. Rating and reviews are the best way to show your appreciation, because it helps more people find out about the podcast. So until next week's episode, keep grinding.